Ladies and or very upset anniversary men, welcome back to the channel. My name is Zeno, and Withering Waves has responded to the 2.3 preview special broadcast, which was the anniversary live stream that happened like nearly 2 nights ago. About 2 nights ago, actually, as of recording. When I put out my video the other day on the recap, which is just the recap of all the stuff in the live stream, I said I would do a follow-up video giving you some of my thoughts on kind of just like how I feel about the anniversary as a whole, as I wanted that video to be specifically just about the actual content of the anniversary patch. I didn't want to get involved in all the drama bullshit that's happening right now. I've had a script ready to go for like a day or two now on a lot of my thoughts on this, but I've kind of just sat on it because you guys know I'm not a drama person. I want to cover the news of the game and discuss when things happen, but I do not want to get into the pure negativity and just slam on everything and just fuel the fires. That's just, I don't have the energy and the time to do that. I'm just not interested in that. So I will cover this though, because I think this is very important. That they have responded after receiving obviously suggestions, thoughts, and criticism. So let's go over it, and then I will give you some of my actual thoughts that I was going to put into my potential script into the video of my anniversary thoughts. But yeah, they have officially responded. So it says, this is on Twitter, regarding the 2.3 preview special broadcast. To our dear rovers, after the Withering Waves 2.3 special broadcast, we have received plenty of suggestions, thoughts, and criticisms from you. We've been paying close attention to all feedback, and we'd like to take this opportunity to address your concerns and sincerely apologize for the disappointment. Now, one thing is they did open up in the official Discord the other day a channel for people to give feedback and suggestions, because they realized very quickly that people were not particularly happy about a lot of the things in the anniversary live stream. That channel got quickly closed because people started just being immature and posting things that they shouldn't be posting. So once again, Kuro tried to reach out to the public and say, all right, leave all your thoughts and concerns, and then people took it too far and ruined it for everyone else. So color me surprised. Let's continue. Our roadmap for the recent versions of Withering Waves allocated development resources to an anniversary experience in version 2.3 that is both relaxing and entertaining. I think they did accomplish this though. I think the actual contents of the anniversary patch is fantastic. I believe that it will be a very fun anniversary 2.3 patch. I do believe that if this was just a normal 2.3 patch, this would be just a fantastic patch overall. Like, there's a lot of, we got Zani, companion quests, new stories, new zones, Chacona. We've got lots of cute events. We've got new permanence things as well. There's a lot to look forward to if you actually enjoy playing the game, which I know for some of you, you don't seem to enjoy playing the game. For some reason, you just like the negativity. I don't understand why you're online playing this game if you don't enjoy the game. But each to their own. So I think they did accomplish that. Like the entertaining and the relaxing part, I do think that the patch is going to be relaxing and entertaining. Especially coming off the 2.2 story with Heya and Floridelis and Cantarella, where it was a little bit more heavy in the topics. And it was a very like climactic finale to that portion of the main story, which I absolutely loved. You guys know that. So it's nice to have something for the anniversary that's not like super dark, super deep. It's just like, it's a happy, fun time celebrating with some fun little events. So anyway, let's continue. However, this allocation did not meet our rovers' expectations for an anniversary celebration. At the same time, we fell short in how the broadcast was structured, scripted, and presented. I will admit, leading to a poor viewer experience. I think the anniversary live stream was pretty good, although obviously now it's been a couple of days, I can, you know, back down from the hype, and I slept on it a little bit. I do think they still need to structure it and just a little bit better. So I do think that there was points in the live stream where there was like lots of talking and lots of yapping, which is fine. It's their first anniversary live stream. I will let them talk as much as they want and get excited. That's okay. But then when it came to the different banners, the different events, they sped through some of that stuff, and some of the notices and quality of lives and the future announcements, they sped through that extremely quickly. I feel like they do this for the last couple of live streams that I've personally been a part of. I think that's still an issue. So I'm glad that it's like, yes, the structure, the description, the presentation, I do think they still need to work on that. Let's continue. We at the dev team have identified and acknowledged certain shortcomings in our content management, preparation, and delivery. I'm glad to see. What happened has shown us more that shown us more clearly that Wuthering Waves' accomplishments over the past year would not have been possible without our rovers, especially rovers who have been with us from the journey from the very start. I think this is a very important point, because a lot of the big rewards and big events that give extra pulls and extra 5-star selectors, I think after 2.3 drops and whatever it is, it's only for returnee players. It's only for people that are coming back to the game after 60 days. I think it should be 30 days. 60 seems a bit much. That's 2 months. Like, that's a lot. So, and a lot of the stuff is... I'm glad that there is extra things for returnee players, but I think that should be just like a mandatory normal thing for any gacha game. Like, if you step away and come back, there is always returnee events and returnee extra pulls because you've missed a month or two of currency and like events and stuff. So one thing they didn't focus on was actually celebrating a lot of the players, as they said here, who have been with them from the start. I do think that is a little bit of an issue because a lot of the things were just focused on returnee players. And I'm just like, as someone who is not a returnee, I am a returnee player, kind of. As you guys know, I played week 1 of the game, then I quit because I was just too busy. It didn't run very well on my PC because I don't have the best PC, and I just wasn't interested in the game. And I came back in 2.0, and so I've missed like the free limited 5-star in Shangliao, and there's nothing for me as a returnee player the last couple of months. I'm not getting any returnee awards, and I'm not getting any free 5-star limited that other players have been around since the 1.0, of the game. So it's nice to know that they're acknowledging that yes, for this past year would not have been possible without the people that have already been with us the entire way. So they also say we want blah, blah, blah. We want you to know that we are planning future versions with you in mind. So please stay tuned for more updates. Again, we deeply apologize for failing to meet the expectation of long-term rovers. I do think that's important. Long-term rovers. People that have been with you for a couple of months now, like myself. People that have been with you for the entire year since 1.0 and stuck it out through some of the really rough patches until we got to this level of quality and consistency that Kuro delivers every patch now. It's important to celebrate the rovers that have been with you the whole way and allowed you to meet that first anniversary and even get there in the first place. So I'm glad they at least said something about that. Obviously, we will wait and see what they end up doing. Whether there'll be just more events and stuff that are catered towards just veteran players, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. So we'll have to see what they do. We also recognize that there is still much improvement in how we operate and support the game long term. We've committed to growing and refining every aspect of Wuthering Waves. To express our gratitude and sincere apologies, we'll be launching a login event this week where the following content will be available to unlock and claim, and they're going to give us another 30 pulls. However, it's 30 pulls with an asterisk because it's 10 Radiant Tides, 10 Forging Tides, and 10 Lustrous Tides. So it's 10 Limited Banner, 10 Weapon Banner, and 10 Standard Banner. So it's 30 pulls in quotation marks, but it's, let's be honest, like a lot of people are just going to focus on the limited things, like the 10 for the weapon banner and the 10 for the limited character banner, because with all the different banners coming up and the hype units in Zani and Chikona, all the different reruns, Kardathi is probably going to be a character in 2.4. So like people need the limited resources more than they need standard. But again, it's still 30 pulls, quote unquote 30 pulls, right? So thank you once again for the support and belief in Wuthering Waves, the Wuthering Waves dev team. So I think this is a nice step in the right direction. It's nice to know that they've officially now responded to this because there has been so much negativity and chaos in the gacha space with this game. I try not to get involved in it too much. I'm always happy to give my opinion because I definitely do have opinions, which I tend to always put in the Discord especially because that's the people that I like to talk to as part of the community, or even a live stream, though I don't live stream that often. But I'm not going to go over everything that was in my script because it's just too long. But a couple of things that I will say was like, let me just have a look if I can find a couple of things that I did want to mention. I'm going to read you off just a part of my script that I had for the video that I was originally going to make, just in regards to my feelings on this. So this is not without full context, but I'll just read off like a tiny little thing so you have an idea of kind of how I feel. So I said, let's start with rewards. No, I think for an anniversary patch, the very first of the game's history, this should have done more than just meet expectations. This should have exceeded them. Instead, for the loud majority or minority, it's really hard to tell when everyone just bitches online these days, they have under-delivered. So let's talk about expectations. Everyone is going to have very different ideas on what they personally think a good anniversary was. A lot of people will compare it to other gacha games of other similar sizes or crossovers like the Hoyo games or smaller gacha games, and I think comparing games usually isn't very fair, although I think there is some small merit this time. A good anniversary is both a celebration of the players and community who have given the devs the ability to succeed to the anniversary itself, whether that is the first anniversary, the second, the fifth, etc. A good anniversary also celebrates the devs and company as well. This should be like more of an equal transaction, or at least disguised as such by the devs when designing it. Instead, this feels slightly lopsided, or at the very least, it feels like the priorities were maybe off. Whether we talk about free limited 5 stars, standard 5 stars, weapons, 4-star characters, skins, 100 free pulls, no matter what they did or didn't do, everybody would continuously, and I mean this, continuously, move the goalpost to what is or isn't acceptable. And that really angers me. And it's why I don't want to be a part of the negativity in general in my videos, 90 to 95% of the time anyway. This one being like a slight exception to the rule, which my community knows. Kuro has positioned themselves as a very positive, very generous, very player-friendly, very forward-thinking in updates, quality of life, features, unique events, maps, traversal, character kits, animations, music, story, lore. I could go on. A lot of the community holds Kuro to higher standards than others because they have crawled up from a fairly poor and rocky launch at 1.0 and reined in the player feedback to create a truly amazing gacha experience within its first year, which is basically relaunched at 2.0 back in January to essentially critical and commercial success. So you cannot tell me these devs do not care about the players. And obviously, that's just a brief thing about the script. So I'll leave it there. That's just some of my key thoughts. I'm glad they've acknowledged this. We'll obviously see what they do. Is between 10 and 30 pulls enough? That's for you to decide. I still think it's a bit low, but I'm mostly fine with the anniversary because like I think it's a celebration of the game. Everyone seems to just ignore everything else about the entire first year of this game and just focus on the fact that, wow, we didn't get all these free extra things, so now the game's trash, the devs are super greedy. Now, some of this is definitely in poor form, and I absolutely agree with the majority of you, but I'm still here to celebrate WuWa as a whole. I enjoy playing the game. I'm still going to try and be positive as best as I can. You guys know that's what I like to do. And I just think that let's see what they do in the future. Let's see if they change anything in the anniversary, if it's just these extra 10 to 30 pulls here and that's it. Will they do anything else in the future just to say, hey, thank you? Obviously, they'll need time now to create potentially new things for returning players, existing players, veteran players. Anyway, I'm rambling, but I wanted to at least put this video out and just say they have responded. There was some of my brief thoughts from a script that I'm no longer going to upload anymore. And yeah, let me know. Obviously, the majority of people are still going to just say this isn't enough. It is what it is. I'm not going to say it's enough either. It's not, but it's a step in the right direction. I think for a lot of people, this would only be strike 1 for WuWa on their little bingo card of like how many strikes until I uninstall. And like this game has been amazing for the entire year, and I've only been a part of it for a few months, and this game seems just like a step above a lot of the other gachas that I play in terms of like the devs listening and player feedback. So I don't think 1L on their behalf during anniversary is enough to stain the entire thing. And I think people just really forget about that. But anyway, I know I'll get hate for this video. It's fine. Anyway, I'll leave it there. So thank you very much for watching and or listening. And as always, my name is Zeno, and you guys take care now.